Hey my lovelies, how are you? This is MUTULU and I trust that you and your family are well. Now, today I'm going to be sharing with you a wonderful raw, I don't know what to call this, if I'm honest with you. It's like, yes, it is a pickled vegetable, yep, okay. It is pickled vegetables, yes, that's it, that sounds, yeah, pickled vegetables. So here you saw me working with one seeded cucumber, which I had sliced using the mandolin on level 1. Now here you see me putting the cucumber into 2 jars, but I found that to be unnecessary at the end of the process. So here we're going to be working with a little bit of pumpkin, we're going to remove the seeds, and then we're going to slice it with the mandolin again. Now mandolins are quite easy to get. I got mine via Amazon. Source it wherever you can, they're inexpensive as well. I love them, they're easy to use, but be very careful when you are using them. So my lovelies, my reasoning for using the pumpkin for this recipe and not a carrot is because carrots aren't natural. Now the pumpkin, the squash family in its entirety is what we would work with in replacement for carrots. So here I have a pumpkin. You can work with kombucha squash, which I recommend. It's amazing, it's sweet, given that you get a nice ripe one, that is. Or you can use butternut squash if that's all you can get. You can use a mixture of all of them if that's what you would like. It's up to you. Know that the squash family is extremely versatile. You can juice it, eat it raw, steam it, bake it, it's up to you. This is also a part of the squash family. This is known as chayote, also known as chocho. It's lovely, it's crisp, it's fresh, it's slightly sweet, it's amazing. I like to use this as my replacement for cabbage. Say if I'm making like a coleslaw or something like that, I find this to be really dope. You can add it to your salads, you can steam it, you can bake it, it's amazing. And it's wonderful baby food as well. So here I'm just going to slice this up using the mandolin again and add it to our pickled vegetables. Now my lovelies, trust me when I tell you, when you add this to your salads and as a side dish, your life will change. Now at this stage, you want to add some African ginger, just a little bit. Now I encourage you to work with fresh, not dried. It's not going to be the same, my love. And definitely try your best not to work with the hybrid ginger. You know, that big looking transformer type of ginger. Stay away from that. That doesn't have the potency as the African ginger does or the small Caribbean ginger does. Work with that, it's best. You can find them at African and Caribbean market stalls. So here you can grater it using the mandolin, or you can use a traditional grater. So now we're going to go ahead and add a few slices of some habanero. You can work with Scotch bonnet as well, either or is fine, but I would encourage you not to work with cayenne pepper for this recipe due to the fact that cayenne pepper just imparts heat, but it doesn't have flavour. Whereas the Scotch bonnet and the habanero not only imparts heat, but it adds flavour, which is very important, okay? Now, if you are not keen on pepper, spice, then just work with a little or none. Or if you are very keen on spice, why not add as much as you want? So here you saw me add a couple tablespoons of some agave syrup. Now this is going to bring the sweetness to it, because you know when you're creating a recipe, you want to bring elements of tangy, salty, sweet, bitter, umami. You want to marry these ingredients, especially when you're making a pickle. I find this to be, my formula anyway. It works well. So now, the star of the show. So here we have, I think I worked with roughly about 20 key limes. It may have been 10 or 20. Let's see. We're counting. This one is looking like 20. No, my bad. This is looking like 10. I think it was 10. Yes. That's it. 10 key limes, okay? Now you just want to squeeze the juice out of the key limes. Yes, it was 10. Yes, it doesn't look like much. So it was roughly 10. 10 key limes or 11. Oh, this is going on for long, isn't it, the debate? Okay. Add the juice of 10 key limes, a pinch of salt. So here now, you can see that I decided to add everything because I found that it just wasn't filling the jar, basically. And when you pack everything, you'll find that, you know, a litre jar is fine for this recipe. I added a few more slices of ginger, and here we've got 1 scallion that I'm just going to chop up roughly and put it in there. I think I only worked with the green part. We'll see. Let's see. Okay, so they said that was a lie. So we used the whole scallion. Wonderful. This was the first time that I actually ever made this recipe. Just off whim, because I've been thinking about it for a while, and I was like, oh, what if I made my own pickled vegetables? I wonder what that would be like. And just judging from the flavors that I've tasted before, you know, from the traditional common recipes where they actually use white vinegar, I was like, what if I use the key limes as the replacement for the vinegar? Because vinegar is extremely acidic. We don't want that. So voila, my lovely, this is it. Beautiful. Now, my lovely, once you've made this, I want you to put it in your refrigerator for at least 24 hours or just overnight. Then come and address this thing tomorrow. You are going to enjoy.